Hey guys, it's Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch. Glad you come by and spend a little bit of time with us. This video will go into our database. Now we have 2 people following us. You guys that come on a weekly basis. That's a lot of fun. We learn new things and all that. But also these videos go into a database. The database will be under exterior, right? And you'll scroll down and you'll find this video. So if you learn something here and you want to show it to somebody else, please let them go to Patreon, patreon.com, and then hit Motorhome Rehab Ranch. And hit collections is where our database is. So for you guys that do come on a weekly basis, thanks for that. As you saw, the title on this is going to be the front end, opening the front end up, latches, grill, different things on the front end. Some of this stuff has been covered before in other videos, but I'm kind of putting it together for a different thing here. Okay, so the hoods, the early 73s only had one latch in the middle. And if you have an early 73, look on the inside and see if there's where it's a factory fill, okay? You can see here that the bosses, where the rivets go through, have a riser on it, here and here. All right? Now on the early coaches, real early coaches, it had 2 screws here and 2 screws here, like this. See, some smart engineers said, hey, wait a minute. We don't have to make a separate hood hold up for there and there. We'll just put this hold up right here. So this was a late 73, and they have the bosses over here. Everybody from late 73 on, you have bosses here and you have bosses there, okay? Now in 73, they did not have a hold up. You had to use your head or whatever. Jim Greer, a guy that I got this from, came up with some cute little hood hold ups here. Isn't that a neat little bracket? Later years, they came up with that flip out thing that most of you guys have, which is, you know, works pretty good. For you guys that don't have anything, or you have some rig job like this was a part that we offered for at co-op. Spring hold up. See that? There'll be more pictures on the, yeah, right there. It breaks down. Actually, what this is a boat hatch hold up because it holds it solid. When it goes down, it goes completely down, okay? You can, if you want to make this set kit, go online and look up, go to Google and look up, put in spring hold up. Boom, this will come up. I did that. My laptop about blew up. This picture will be at the bottom, but here it is. 2 of them for $16.99 on, I think it's Amazon. So these things are readily available. And when you get those, then you adapt a small bracket to rivet onto here. All right. I'll have a picture of this close up at the bottom of the video. All right. But that's what holds these things up. The later models with the scissors, they worked pretty good. They really did. I kind of like this. Whatever. All right. Another thing are these latches. These latches, the original latch had a T-twist on here. Real easy to open and all that. But the problem I had with the T-twist, from way off, it says, hey guys, come over here and open me. Turn. You turn it and it opens. This whole thing opens, right? That's what that T-twist to me said, all right? So early on, we went to these things called a lock twist. Now, the original manufacturer of these was Southco, okay? And you can still buy them, yeah. The Southco part number is 57-T-10. It'll be at the bottom, 57T10. That is for the complete bracket, spring, and pin. All right? And then while you're wherever you're buying it online, get a key. Key part number, again, will be at the bottom. The key is a 29-90-215-10/2. Now, when you get it, I'll tell you a little secret. You'll see on there that it says that's the key number 5. See that? They're all number 5. One level of security, right? The way these things work is real nice. It sticks in kind of like an Allen, but an Allen won't do it. It's called a tool head. That way you do have it locked up, and I really think that's the way to go. Unfortunately, if you don't lock it today, you lose it. And as far as the key goes, I put that on a big old spring, kind of like the hubcap on the bathroom key at the old gas station. Don't want to lose the cool tool head key. By the way, on the spring, one of the manufacturers is Sea Dog Marine. But when you pull it up, I mean, there's just dozens of them. You want to make sure you get it in stainless because it's going to rust like crazy if you put it up front. All right. If you think about it, the front of this motorhome is plastic. It's all plastic. There is a bucket right in the middle, a metal bucket in there that you're sitting in, but the ceiling, the roof, the sides are glass here, the sides here are all plastic. All this is plastic. So in reality, the motor's just kind of sitting out in a big plastic bucket. I know you guys on this grill, you have them cracked out, right? Well, let me tell you let's talk about this grill a minute. Now, the grill is ABS plastic, by the way, for the guys who want to try to fix it. It is screwed on with inserts. You've seen them, brass inserts. I'll show you one in a minute. That's spun into that ABS plastic. And then you put a screw in the back, hopefully with a big fender washer, and it sandwiches it to this. Well, you guys know if you lean on this thing with your belly, you're going to break it. There's nothing there to really hold it to. This whole body is just floating like this. And to be honest with you, it's bowing out like this. If you look at your lower grill valance here and here, chances are you've got a gap. It's because the body is spreading. So here you got this grill screwed to something that moves. What could go wrong, right? So most of them have where the screw holes, there's 4 of them, they're popped out. This one is too. Let me show you a little way to do this now. I covered this before, but I just spun over it. Rather than fixing it and trying to screw it back in or screw it from the front, it looks terrible. You put it on with springs in the back. That's right, springs. What I mean by that is, I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. You got 2 springs on this side, 2 springs on that side. So you take that spring off, take that spring off, you take this one off, and try to get that one out. There we go. The whole grill comes out. One piece. You see here? I've drilled a hole right there and right there. Hung a spring on it, tie wrapped the spring so it didn't get lost. You can get this at a hardware store, just a little spring. So you have it tied to the grill here, and then down here on your radiator core support, I painted it red right here, 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 and here. You drill a hole. Take a look. Let's see. There. You can see the red marks there. There and there, and over there. So you drill a hole and tie it with the spring. That way you can get in there really, really easy. Also, when you go to fix your grill, by the way, you want to know a good material to use. If you get some ABS/PVC glue, ABS/PVC, it sticks to ABS. You mix it with tiger hair, put some tape over there, and you can mold that crack in. You don't need it to attachment anymore. If you take a look here, This one's cracked, it's been fixed, it's cracked again. This one, all this has left is the tab and the tab here. So I've got the two locators. So I can just lie it right in there and hook the springs up. Makes it real easy to get in and work on your coach. Or if you're on the road and you really do need to get in there, you don't want to rip the grill out. You see how flimsy this thing is. A lot of you guys have crack. This has even got a little crack right here. This is the weakest part right here, and a lot of times you'll see a crack right here. If that's true, you need to go in the back of it and reinforce it before you try to fix it, because that's the weak point. That's what it'll crack. Because the body's going like this, and that point's right here, that's where it's going to spread. Make sense? It's kind of interesting the way they made the front. You know, because think about it. Say if this was a 20-year project, right? They're going to change what they look like a little bit, right? Maybe, you know, rectangular headlights like I've got, like somebody put in, but maybe other things. The original front clip mold was a 90,000 pound mold, but all they'd have to do is modify that mold and put it right on the front. You follow what I mean? You could change the body shape in the front and the back because it's just a big tube with a cap on each side. You follow? I'll bet you they had designs to make it another 90,000 pound front nose for the next model up or something like that. Could have, you know. The front of the coach, if you think about it, right in front of the front wheel, there is no support. The support, it doesn't come up until right here. And if you look right in here, you'll see a crack between the firewall and the body right here, because what's happening is it's pulling apart. There's no support down there, so over the years, it's pulling apart right here. We call it chipmunk cheeks. There's a video about that. But with the chipmunk cheeks, along with pulling the sides in that you'll watch the video, you also want to pull right here. You're going to pull against the headlight baskets and run a cable across there. There's several ways to do it. A couple of guys online have done it different ways, but the bottom line is you're pulling in the body together like that. Front of these things are pretty pretty easily damaged, I guess you could say. Over the years, we had changed it. We put in Dodge van headlights and all kinds of crazy things, and you've seen that too. This coach has, as you can see here, somebody had modified it to rectangular headlights long ago. We used to sell a kit that would do that, but this one was done with literal parts of cars. It's kind of cute the way they did it, because that's the way a lot of modifications on the coaches are done. Somebody wanted to do it, said, "My God, I'm going to do it." I thought they were real nice when the coach came in and the guy wanted round headlights, so I pulled those off. Because you don't see them that much anymore. Not that anybody wants to, you know. It's all personal taste. All right, on the windshield, if you ever noticed, the horn button's all rusty. Right inside the horn button, there is a overlap seam that's like this at the top of the windshield, and water will weep in through that little crack and drop right in the steering wheel and right on the passenger's lap. Okay. If you do have that, you need to get the top of your windshield resealed, or you probably want new windshields. JG here needs windshields bad. You can see he's got the cataracts himself. The original windshields. Plumber's pipes always leak. I'll get a set of windshields one day. But if you have that leak up there, it's because that gasket's leaking between the body and the gasket, not the windshield. You pull the lock bead, squirt some sealant on the top of it, put the lock bead back in, that'll go away. All right. There are other things on the front end. Give me your comments and questions about things you're having problems with yours on the front end. Like if you want to get a set of Ramco mirrors like that, depends on if it's a 77, 78 or before. A few things like that. So if you're interested in doing that, give me a call. We can talk about it. This one has a visor. I like this visor, but it doesn't do anything after 2 o'clock. It's still, the sun's still, if you're going right into the sun, you're going to get baked. There's not much you can do about that. You know, it's one of the drawbacks. There's that one part of the day that stinks. Look, guys, thanks for your time. I hope there's something in here that you learned about the front end of your coach. If you do have questions, that you see something, give me a call. Look through our database on exterior. There are several videos. One about the firewall and how to keep air out of it. That's really, really important. If you feel air coming through all the time, or you say take out your package tray or open your ashtray and you feel air coming out, there's a reason for that. There's a video about that. All right. Well, guys, weekly guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming by. You guys on database, I hope this was helpful. Call me if I can help you anymore. All right? See you next time.